Wow, the Pinoy powerhouses, TNC, take a 1-0 advantage over arguably tournament favorites IG. As I bring in back here our expert panel. Well, guys, EGB.com, we thought we knew for sure who was going to win. You guys were right. We were not necessarily, Cap and I. Adjustments. Let's talk about what does IG need to do differently here coming into game two. That's they've got a tough road ahead of them, I think.
Yeah, I think IG need to give Boboka a different kind of a hero. Clockwork, not that kind of a high-tempo hero. He can't do so much early game, something like more like an Earth Spirit, Ricky, if they can get a hands on him, maybe a Bounty Hunter. Even though I feel this patch, they might go for something like more greedy heroes that can either farm forest fast as a position 4 or just dominate the lanes.
They definitely needed to, from a drafting perspective, if they, like the last pick OD really screwed them on a lot of things, but I think they also inherently shot themselves in the foot with both DK and Luna. Those heroes overlap quite a bit, and neither one of them is a tremendous late game hero. So even if like they lose the laning phase, then they're supposed to like win the mid game before you go late game. Like that's such a small window to put yourself on. So I think from a drafting perspective, they need to give themselves better outs, whether it's securing the laning phase better or having better turtling and late game power. So for example, if you can get like an OP Tinker or something, that would give you the confidence to go late game as well as a hero that inherently draws out the game.
Yeah, I think the mid matchup, I keep going back to that, is the thing that really more than anything else determined the pace of that game. Obviously, they did well in all 3 lanes, and the start that Raven was able to get off to on Lycan was very good. But when you look at just how much advantage Cuckoo was able to generate over OP in that mid game, I mean, that was the first time in the last 3 months that IG had picked Dragon Knight in an official. And when you look at a team that has a relatively small hero pool compared to the other top teams, I think they picked the fewest number of picked or banned the fewest number of heroes at the Kiev Majors, despite finishing top 4. That's something definitely outside their comfort zone.
Yeah, it feels like they have to go back, as you mentioned, to what they're familiar with. If you're talking about, so there was a time when teams would ban Tinker basically obligatorily against IG playing against OP. Boboka used to be known for his Earth Spirit play. Like, again, tempo heroes that are still available that may not be banned initially. The Tinker obviously added advantage of being a very strong laner on his own, able to clear creeps, able to defend towers, able to help elsewhere as well. So I think this is something that kind of goes back to their comfort zone. And this game, I don't know if they're kind of trying a new strategy or a new play style for this patch, but it really did not look like IG at all. And even with nerfs to some other OP heroes that we've seen, for example, Lina with the talent nerf and now no respawn talent at all, that deducted away from a great strength of IG, but they have to find something else here. I don't think this is their play style.
And just be ready for TNC's movement. Like they're an incredibly movement-based, very fast team. And you saw that. Like we basically had those 2 supports roaming, right? They were just moving around the map constantly. So you have to be a little bit more prepared for that, and be able to, whether it's getting the aggressive wards down to be able to see those rotations in the first place, or just inherently like be able to make those kind of reads as a support player, be willing to group up earlier, something like that you need to be able to deal with, because TNC will run you around the map constantly.
Yeah. And it's a high-risk strategy, too, because you saw that they started in an aggro lane, and if that doesn't go well from the get-go, all of a sudden those 2 supports have a lot fewer options in terms of making plays around the map. But when they're able to get that first blood and they're able to apply that pressure early on for the first couple levels, all of a sudden they can go anywhere on the map they want. That's some of the big things that we talked about 7.06, is that supports just have so many more early game options now.
Yeah, with Jakiro and Sanking, these 2 heroes are not really mobile heroes by themselves, but with the good smokes and that good astral setup on mid actually won them the early game. I mean, you can't really just gank with a Jakiro who's level 3. Also, if he has like 2 deaths early, it's kind of hard to come back with these 2 heroes, but they played it really perfectly there.
I think Jakiro is a very problematic hero. If you start off with Warlock, we've already talked about like how dual lanes are going to be more of a thing here. That solo offlaners are more heavily punished. Like Warlock can't deal with dual lanes very well. He's very good, much like Shadow Shaman, and being able to zone out a single offlaner, but you can't set your whole entire draft up just like having that hero and exposing what is I would say a very huge weakness from the get-go. I don't think there's any other support that you can get at that point in time that helps cover you for that tri-lane. Like Clockwork's pretty good at fighting early. He's pretty good at being able to contest dual lanes, I think, but he still was nowhere close enough to be able to beat out a Jakiro Sand King duo.
Yeah, and I would agree with that. Interestingly enough, Q had a wonderful Warlock game. He actually had more damage on Warlock than any other IG hero. He had 10k damage Warlock game, but at the same time, the rest of the team got behind largely because the laning configurations were suboptimal. So I think that's a very good point.
And a big thing we've been talking about is the jungle and different teams' philosophies on the jungle. So if you look at IG's draft, and we expected from the Luna and DK, again, wanting to take advantage of those jungle resources, we're expecting to have a window in which they could do that and get ahead. For TNC, their draft, not so much. Like they're able to go to the jungle if they want. Some of the heroes can do that, but they weren't really expecting to sit there and farm or get anything from that. So with their leaning that so heavily in that direction, IG going entirely the other way, and then went obviously TNC's way. So.
I think you're going to see this at least a couple of more times in that because of the introduction of shrines and the way the game was played in the 7.0x patches, it was just very, very hard, very rare that we saw pro matches end before 25 minutes. And I think it's just going to be a re-education for some of these teams that it is now very easy to lose control of the game between 15 and 25 minutes in the early days of 7.06.
Hey, you sit there and you're like, well, we still have team fight, we still have this high ground defense, and then a team, which you're going to see all these teams do this, push up a side lane because there's not a direct shrine there. For some reason, they put 1, 2, 3 instead of having the shrines on the outside, right?
It is so
pushing
weird.
side lanes is super easy because it's like you basically have half a shrine to work off of. It's on the far left-hand side, so if you actually have to move all your heroes. Like normally when it's in the middle, you can kind of keep this sort of half semicircle situation around the shrine area and play off of that. But when it's all the way on one side of your defense, it makes it very awkward for positioning-wise to be able to have high ground defense. So it's really easy to push
I
high
actually
ground
hadn't thought about that. I mean, they deleted 2 of the 5 shrines from the base and didn't really reposition. I kind of expected that those shrines would be moved a little bit more off to the side toward the side lane Rex. That's a very good point.
Yeah, that's why you don't push mid high ground because
exactly.
there's still 3 shrines there. Basically.
All right, so you can see our Game 2 draft is underway. Sort of similar coming. I believe these are the same 2 bands that come out from TNC in a different order. IG is going to change up the formula for the previous game, take out the Nyx Assassin, and they're going to pick the Sand King up from themselves here with their first pick.
Again, it's still a potential 4 position, so I think it's a much better opener than the Warlock. It's kind of hard locks you and has some very specific weaknesses.
Again, if we value that flexibility in laning, again, picking up that Sand King first still gives you a lot of options for where you want to run this hero.
Get Sam H, Darkseer. I think despite Darkseer not having a successful game last game, I still think it's probably one of the better offlaners of the patch because it does give you that flexibility of Darkseer is one of the few offlaners who can truly solo in this patch. So you can still keep your supports, like you can have both supports in the safe lane to contest a potential aggro, like what happened last time.
Now, worth noting also that it looks like TNC is going to be on the Dire side as well for the second matchup, where their record very, very different, 23 and 27 compared to 50 and 17 on the Radiant side since 7.0 release. So maybe that goes a little bit in IG's favor, but yeah, I agree. I mean, anytime you can get Sam H on a Darkseer or an Axe, I am not going to complain. But I actually think IG needs to give some very careful thought to going back to that XXS, possibly Magnus. He's very, very good on that hero.
Magnus
Legion is his other signature.
Yeah, Magnus is great this patch because he does have a very strong nuke to spam out with.
Do you like the Axe?
Oh, I love the axe.
You like the Shockwave Axe?
Yeah, the new axe feels like the old patch Centaur when there was an Aghanim Scepter on Centaur, which was viable. Right now with axe, I mean, it's pretty much the same hero. You reduce the damage output and.
Oh, you're talking about? I meant the Magnus Axe.
Oh, Magnus.
But no,
Right.
Axe is so legit. My God.
Well, the new axe on Magnus gives you more like a lane out push. But I don't know. I think there are better items for a late game. Kind of always a refresher or just a Shadow Blade to position yourself for staff just to get extra range or just push out someone out of the cogs, let's say.
No, I really hope that we get to see that Axe in action. I think that thing could be broken, really.
Some of these exchanges are nice, but as you mentioned, maybe a bit of a luxury pickup as
yeah,
well.
exactly. Although I don't know, for Axe, I think it's going to be core in a lot of the lineups that he gets picked in. The other one I want to see is Dazzle.
Yeah.
450 AOE Shallow Grave, guys.
Yeah, but imagine X versus Dazzle Agonist.
Yeah, I know. It's like, cool story, bro. You got, nice AOE Shallow Grave. Dunk, dunk, dunk.
I think Oracle is going to come back into this patch.
Really?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Why?
He still has some mana problems, but I think he's pretty good versus most of the heroes, and I think specifically he's one of the best support counters against Darkseer. There's still some workarounds.
In the laning phase, sure.
Yeah,
I'm not
and
sure
that's the
that-
most important part for a Darkseer,
Yes,
right? Is
yes.
because you need to secure your carry farm against that Darkseer.
Much better open here by IG, by the way.
Yeah.
I thought you gave away a lot in the previous draft. You knew that the first 3 heroes were going to be there 3 through 5, and it was down to those cores, and it was sort of a limited hero pool that they play, and they're 1 and 2. But anyway, Oracle, interestingly enough, is actually statistically the worst hero in Pro Dota all time. He is like the lowest elo shift per game.
Ice Frog dumped on him pretty badly.
Exactly.
There's a lot of high impact spells, but the mana cost is pretty high. I think sometimes Wyvern has this issue too, where it will have mana problems. And if you've already been using that in lane, by the time you get to a fight, you've only got maybe 1 or 2 spells left. But there are some other pairings as well that could deal with that. We've seen the OD. If he's with an OD and you're in a situation where you're kind of grouping together and pushing, you expect to have basically infinite mana.
Yeah,
in
but
that situation.
his best partner was over nerfed with Huskar being so nerfed. I mean, that's
That
that's
hero
why
is just not even a thing
Oracle
anymore.
is not so popular anymore.
But Huskar with a second cheese on Roshan, with the buffs to Heaven's Halberd,
Yeah.
as you mentioned, like himself and Dazzle, we could see him and the fast push as well. 'Cause last year around this time, I remember Navi, they would used to run the strategy. They have a lot of fast push with either Drow or Huskar, with a jungler coming behind the tower to run at your Drow. We could
that
see
was
some teams
still-
doing something
these
like that.
are
Like
not like
Berserker's Blood is just so bad, though. I really would like to see Huskar back because I thought, from a strategic point of view, he was an interesting hero. He just punished certain lineups so hard, but I just, from a theory crafting perspective, I can't make that hero work.
What are some of the best partners with Darkseer? I can only see Spirit Breaker that's left in the pool.
What do you
since
mean,
our
as an
Spirit
aggro
got
duel?
banned. Yeah, for TNC. I don't think
There's always
Jakiro is
Slardar,
the
which
hero
they
that
used
you wanna
to
match
play a
up.
lot and would
Oh,
be
Slardar, yeah, that's true.
the frequent combo here. CIS loves
I
to
think
run
Spirit
that.
Breaker's still better though, right? Because it's control versus Jug.
Jug, yeah, especially because of the ulti. Also with the movement from Jakiro on bottom lane, they can get an easy pickup, not on Jug, but even if he spins offensively and doesn't get a kill, yeah, there it is.
There's the slaughter.
good call,
That's
Jack.
a really good call. The other thing I like about the first phase Juggernaut out of IG is that it takes away, or at least it heavily discourages, the Ember Spirit pick by TNC, because that's a matchup that Jug can win quite handily in the mid lane. All right, so if things go true to form, you're going to see IG reveal their offlaner here, and with the Jug already on board, I like the Magnus. Okay, it did get banned by TNC, of course.
Reserve time.
I still
Is there
think
a
you need
single
to think
support
about
that
an
stops
XXS
us?
hero.
That stops Darkseer, Slardar? I don't think there is.
Yeah,
Disruptor
is
is
it-
certainly not.
In a lane?
Yeah, from a laning phase perspective, I don't think there's any one support that really, like Juggernaut by himself is kind of okay. I was almost thinking like if they just start, like leave Juggernaut alone almost, because
10 seconds.
fighting this
Aye.
Darkseer Slardar is going to be so difficult for that 5 position.
Oh my! I think so. I'm pondering your question, Cap, but I have 2 thoughts. And number one is that no matter if there is an answer to that question or not, Disruptor's not it. And then Troll, I think, is just a ridiculously good pick for TNC. Okay.
There's the immediate response from IG. We were mentioning how Tinker wasn't picked, and that's his like signature hero. Every single team pretty much banned it, but seems like it's forgotten.
But still, the question. So I really like that pick there, and I think this is a hero that, again, when you talk about high damage output heroes, right? Tinker, one of the 3 highest damage output heroes in the game on average.
5 seconds
But
remaining.
what are you going to do about that safe lane? I mean, Burning is just going to get crushed.
Reserve time.
I don't think Burning is gonna get crushed on the lane with Sanking, Jug, and Disruptor. They have pretty good setup for ganks.
Okay, so you definitely think this is a defensive try.
Well, they can still change the Sanking
Okay.
to an off lane, but it should be a position for Sanking though. They can go something more like tanky on the off lane, maybe a return of the Tidehunter.
If they defensive try though, doesn't TNC just run Jakiro
Yes.
in the and do an aggro try
And
lane?
they win try v try, and that's
Radiant
Oh,
team
it's
ban.
it definitely feels like IG are giving up their laning phase again, but this time around they do have better options because they have almost guaranteed better late game.
so as
Tinker
TNC
plus a core left, maybe.
as TNC, right? You're focused on let's punish that Tinker mid. Who do you think does that?
5 seconds.
Maybe a Storm Spirit for mid. They need something to catch the Tinker during the mid and late game. They still have nothing besides Slardar on a Blink Dagger. Maybe Jakiro with a Macropyre just to clear the forest where he is, but that's kind of a hard to hit. So
Lina, Storm, Puck, any of those like
Yeah,
kind of killing heroes, right?
killing heroes that provide some kind of vision for Tinker.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for Cuckoo's hero pool, I'd definitely lean toward the Storm Spirit. Besides the fact that of those 3 heroes, Storm Spirit takes by far the best advantage of the attack speed provided by Troll.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, IG has got to pick up the XXS hero,
Radiant
presumably with their
team
5th pick. Still possible that Sand King could be the 3 position, but I lean toward a 4 position.
Well,
Sand King.
IG doesn't want to play against Storm, so they banned it out.
Yep, fair enough. Yeah, TNC also thinking in that direction with the Batrider ban. Oh. Okay, so question, guys. This is where we start to answer some questions about the patch. Because if it's 7.05, this Enigma is absolutely an offlane.
It's an offlane.
In
Enigma.
7.06, though, Enigma in the jungle,
10 seconds.
I don't think so. They're gonna
it's a thing again.
lose lane if they go Enigma jungle, so
Okay.
they're just gonna put it top, just pressure the safe lane, deny the creep, and he can farm the forest even more efficiently than in 7.05.
You think? I think they want to dodge the aggro
that's what I'm
duo and
thinking
put
too.
Enigma versus Darkseer,
It's a
right?
Darkseer creep. That's a possibility as well. Well, obviously, with the later Shrine, not as advantageous, but they can still do that to deal with the Darkseer.
They have really good. They have much better high ground defense than they did last time. Enigma, Disruptor, Sand King, 3 very big team fight high ground abilities. They have a great like sieging or a turtling mechanism with Tinker, and they still have some tempo with Juggernaut. This is definitely a much better draft from IG. It feels a little
Yeah.
bit more well-rounded,
It-
but
it
TNC
is, but-
is still a very well-crafted, synergistic push lineup.
And there's the Cuckoo
yeah.
Lina coming out of TNC. My thing is, do you start the Enigma bottom lane to try and get that matchup against the Darkseer?
I still think it's gonna be Enigma on offlane solo, and with the latest Lina pick, I don't think they have enough to. They don't have anything to take down Enigma's BKB. Plus, Lina doesn't provide vision for that Tinker in Forest. So
All right, so real quick, guys, picks.
IG.
IG, you think we're going to see game 3? Go ahead, Jack.
I think so. I like IG draft a little bit better
All
here,
right.
but watch out for the combos from TNC. The multiple layers of combos there with the Lina and Slardar. So depends on how they execute. They're making once to get their items up.
IG covered their ass a lot better in the draft, so
right.
IG.
I'm going to make it a clean sweep, guys. I want to see a game 3. I will pick IG. And one more time, let's send it out to our casters. Here are Luminous and Merlini.
Welcome back to Game 2 between IG and TNC. I am Luminous, and joining me is Merlini. And I gotta say, the panel was all on IG. They liked their draft much, much better.
You know what Naha said, though? He says one more time. I think it was a Freudian slip. He was like, there's only going to be one more game, even though I said IG.
Okay, sure. I'm not even gonna follow up on that. So, I guess I don't know what your opinion is. I like the IG draft a lot better as well.
I'm still going with TNC, dude. They're hot.
Okay, they are hot, but let me defend IG a little bit here
Okay.
as well. They got their traditional comfort hero. We got the OP Tinker. We got the Juggernaut on Burning. And more importantly, I think they recognized what beat them last game. Like they didn't first phase ban Jakiro. Like they didn't panic. They still let them have the Jakiro. They have, I hope, a very good game plan to counteract it. So here we go. All right, we'll quickly introduce IG squad. We got Q on the Disruptor, and we got. Oh, are we doing it? What?
Baboka smoked up, and he
Okay.
got spotted by the THD.
All right, did wards drop down yet? No, just a sentry ward, so we're good. OP, of course, playing his Tinker, XSS on that Enigma, and Boboka on Sanking and Burning on the Juggernaut. On the other
How
side,
do you like that? How do you like that troll set, by the way?
it looks sick.
Okay.
Wait, you're not a big fan? Or?
No, I think it looks cool.
Okay. Tim's on one of his... Whoa. Line was flying off. They're actually invading, trying to take the rune here from the Tinker. And honestly, that's a pretty smart strategy considering that Enigma at level 1 is...
30 seconds
Not gonna be there.
battle.
Yep. I mean, if you get him to skill Malefice, you win.
Unless... How many kills would you need to get in order to skill up Malefice?
Like 3.
3?
Oh, 2 in a first blood.
2 in first blood?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm down with that. I agree with that.
You think they're going to get it? They're going to get it. I don't think they can actually protect the Tinker.
Oh, no, they can't protect the Tinker.
Yeah.
He can just Ice Path if he really wants to.
Oh,
But
there you go. Oh, there's that rune. In fact, they're going to get all 3, I think.
greed is good.
Yep. Paid off. Well, Tinker is one of those heroes that you could make an argument that did kind of benefit from the whole laning thing.
I
where
think
you
he's
could deny.
slow, though. He needs bot soul ring bare minimum before he starts fighting.
I'm talking about just about the lanes. Do
Yeah.
you think he's going to do fine here against Lino?
Oh, yeah, I think he'll do okay.
Yeah. There you
But
go.
I think, like, in the grand scheme of things, that it might be a little bit too slow for what TNC are going to throw at him. Like, look at their heroes. They can just run at them very early on. They don't really need a mech this game because I don't think you're going to get it faster than Enigma, so you probably have to fight before that.
Okay. Well, this time around, we're going to have the Darkseer. Instead of going into the jungle, we'll start things off against Burning on the bottom side. He is up against 3 heroes, so we'll see how much he's going to get out of this lane. Sam H really bullied away from experience range. And I imagine that's going to...
Oh, man. Darkseer's going to be so hard to play in the off lane. This thing takes 100 mana, and there's no Shrine anymore.
Yep.
That's really hard.
And
It was
also,
playable with Shrine.
it takes away one of the new advantage that you got from this patch, right? Which is the creep wave meeting closer to your tower. As a Darkseer, you're constantly pushing it out anyway, so... Seems like Sam H does not care. He still gets to level 2 by bullying out Disruptor. Lopica really needs to stay on the bottom if they want to, you know...
Oh,
push out the
Q's not going
Darkseer.
to interrupt the pool? Oh, does he get the... Sorry, I was watching the other lane.
You're good. Top
Dude.
lane, though, XSS is getting a ton of EXP here. Oh, look at that deny.
They're feeding Eidolons.
You know, apparently, you could deny your own summons and get experience from them.
That's kind of cool.
That's unfair.
I think the thing you're more concerned about is giving gold.
True. But I mean, like, XSS could technically deny his own Eidolons and level further ahead.
Nice.
Imagine doing that in the jungle. That's crazy. Cuckoo in the mid lane having a lot of trouble. Top rune, though, is spotted out by Cuckoo. No bottle, and Boboka might... Okay, Salve is going to get popped, and Boboka will back off.
Yeah, not too much that he can really do over there. XSS still has plenty of clarities left. He also knows what he's buying for like the next 15 minutes of the game. Dude, this quick buy has 8 items on there. Arcane, Midas, into Blink, into BKB.
All right, we'll see if he sticks to that. And again, you were saying Tinker is a slow starter. Enigma also similar to that, especially if he's not going for early mech to help the team. So you kind of expect the same mid game here coming out from TNC, where they just push and go ahead really
I think
far.
they can threaten Roche very early on, especially with... Like, on Troll, it might not even be that bad an idea to get Mask of Madness anymore.
Okay. I mean, they also have, like you said, Battle Trance plus the Corrosive Haze, right? So Roshan is always on picture.
And, of course, the Liquid Fire. Still pretty good.
True.
Against Roshan. Tim's coming back around, maybe trying to get a kill, maybe trying to find XSS, maybe even try and pop a Clarity, but nothing's really happening over there. The mid lane is not as bad as it was for OP in the last game, but Cuckoo is still pretty far ahead. I wish we had like a deny counter just for range creeps.
Oh, interesting, yeah.
That'd be cool. Because they matter so much more now.
They do. Well, even though TNC is doing a little bit better in the mid lane, I would say that they are definitely not losing all 3 lanes compared to last game. So, still, I think IG is doing a little bit better. And of course, their core is a lot more active this game around. Of course, XSS could always do something as soon as he has level 6. Same thing with Burning. Could always smoke up and do an Omni slash gank. But for now, Tims is really giving this Enigma a tough time. We'll be jacking his bounty rune as well.
Yeah, Enigma was having a really good start, but now it's only level 3.5, Lumi.
Yep.
And he's out of clarities. And there's no shrine. And his tower's getting pushed.
Well, I think the more important thing is that Slaughter is coming around, threatening a kill as well. But he drops a Midnight Pulse and sort of defends the tower a little bit.
But what's he going to do for next minute? He has no mana. He has no shrine. He
Walk
has no
of Shame,
TP
dude.
scroll, no clarity, no soul ring.
Walk of Shame.
Walk of shame. Right. Nope. It's going to wait it out. That's a lot of wardage dropped by Boboka.
De-warding for the his friend Enigma. Sam H gonna get harassed up a little bit by Q here. I don't think there's gonna be a first blood or anything, but Sam H is kind of juking into the tree line.
I don't know
That
how
was
he
the
got vision.
perfect "how did he saw me" moment
How
because he
did he
was
saw
literally
me?
in the trees.
Wow.
That was as rigged as the IO versus Juggernaut Arcana vote. Something needs to look into that one. All right.
I bet Sam H is also wondering how the hell that happened.
Yeah. I mean, he did have Thunder Strike on him for a bit,
But not
like,
the whole time.
Yeah, not the whole time.
How did he saw me?
Yep. All right, Cuckoo will be porting back on the mid lane. 24-9, 21-9. I say it's pretty even considering that I think Tinker was also stacking a little bit for himself. I believe the camp next to the shrine. He had it like double stacked. So
Oh, and he has the Ancient Prowlers.
Radiant's top tower
There you
is
go.
under
Nice. The dream.
is Ancient Brawler the dream?
Yeah, they don't no magic resistance, dude.
Okay.
Can march them up.
But that fast regen though.
No.
No, doesn't care.
Have
Doesn't
you
care.
tried?
Look, I don't play Tinker, so I don't
Okay,
know.
if you get like a golem plus anything that's not prowlers, you will
Just not
use
take that
like
camp?
6.
Okay.
It's probably like 6 or 7 marches. At least you can TB to try to take it out. It's not that bad, but it's still pretty bad. Yep. So Lumi, what's going on?
I mean, nothing much
How
except
do you
Tim's
like this Chinese ops?
Chinese ops.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I mean, it's okay. It's no weapons to strip, but it's good. I don't mean to throw the Chinese op under the bus, but
I did.
okay. But shout out to Weapons Script because I think they do an amazing job. Sam H getting a lot of pressure under this tower. As in fact, IG going to be the first one to be taking tower. Very different from the pacing of that last game.
I don't think they can take tower right now.
And they're trying to.
Yeah.
Mid lane OP might be in a little bit of trouble. Tim circling around Cuckoo under the tower fire a little bit. The jukes upward. They miss completely. Shrine is not available. I think they might still get the kill. Laguna Blade is going to be there. Tim's walking away from Cuckoo, and now they don't know who they want to go for.
Wow.
And Tim says, yeah, I'm going to take your rune here as well.
And he had the regen pop. If he didn't have that regen pop before, they might have gone for a glimpse play back on him, but
Yep.
they didn't even get the tower on bottom.
So last game, we saw what Jakiro could do when he's ahead, right? And you were saying that this is a very good hero to pick in multiple situations. Tell me how Jakiro plays out when he's like not super ahead, and perhaps how he plays out when he's behind.
Well, you pretty much do the same thing.
You do the same thing. You walk
Which
down the
is
towers.
liquid fire towers, whatever you can.
Okay.
And I mean, you just can't push as fast. That's about it. But I think that's the thing about Jakiro. His life is not super important because he's playing the 5. So
Okay.
if you die, it's not the biggest deal in the world, and you can still force a lot of, like, it's okay for you to die on the opposite side of the map while pushing towers.
Sure.
And he doesn't have a respawn time talent or anything, but he's still pretty tanky, and he's going to be back in the fights. He's usually not that high of level, so it's not going to be the worst thing in the world. And yeah, look at him. He's going back there, just casually
Hitting
throwing
the tower.
some fire.
Yeah.
And this tower is going to die, whether Exorcist likes it or not.
I mean, the one thing that I do experience when being behind as Jakiro is that your damage starts to really fall off and often is ignored. Unless it's your Mako Pyre, obviously. But XSS moving forward, a lot of damage onto 1437.
But look at it this way. Ice Path in a vacuum is super easy to execute because you can do it in any order.
Sure.
And it's not going to fall off. So I think with the Darks here, it adds a lot more value than what it would normally. And on top of that, you have 2 other stuns, AoE stuns, mind you, that can set it up easily.
Mid lane
Yeah.
OP is going to be in a lot of trouble. That Fairy Fire keeping him alive, but not long enough here. And a TP again from IG has been a little bit late. In fact, ooh,
Dude, you can tell he's trying to be cool too much. Just remember last game he was just like Astral Walkway. This game he's like Laguna Walkway. He's like, oh wait, he's not dead.
top lane Cliff is going to fly out here. Midnight Pulse pushing people back. Maybe XSS could go for a deny here.
Oh, dude. Damn.
The deny on the tower with a question mark, that is very apt.
All he needs is, we need a all chat question mark.
Somebody, I guess XSS does not know that you could deny your own creeps for experience, because I'm pretty sure he will be mowing down his Eidolons as we speak.
You have to get him in deny range, though.
I mean, it was just now.
And, yeah. Not all of us have played the patch, Lumi.
I haven't. I'm just reading it up.
Theory crafting.
Yeah. All right, we're going to see a very common play that you see Juggernaut do a lot of times, which is teleport away from the lane with your team once you have your ultimate ready and smoke up and look for a kill. TNC also doing the same thing.
Yep, precasting an ion shells already. Disruptor is very easy to kill, but probably not the target that they're looking for. Ooh, that's
think
a
they
weird observer award right on top of the bounty.
You will know when that rune comes back.
It's also unlikely to be Duorda. OP is in a lot of
Yeah,
trouble.
OP is absolutely dead here. Who are they going to give the kill to?
Dude, look at his items. I talked about him being slow, but like his net worth is very low.
He got ganked like 4 times.
Yeah, but he's like, who's supposed to create space for him? It's not Enigma. It's not really Juggernaut. Sand King still needs his blink. Disruptor is kind of a follow-up.
It's supposed to be those camps in the jungle that's being stacked right now, but he has no time to take it because he doesn't have the BLT just yet.
And they have 2 observer wards deep in the jungle now
Exactly,
as a result of that smoke. So Tinker's time is not looking so great here. And if you're retreating back to the jungle, you're opening up Roche for a Slaughter who's almost level 6. Let's go get battled, Rumi.
Yep. I mean, I think just Slaughter plus Darkseer could just easily poke into the jungle. Either take your farm or just kill you there, either. Speaking of which, why isn't Darkseer taking the jungle farm? Like, they have eyes on them, right?
Why? Because I don't think he can escape easily versus the Disruptor.
Okay, that's fair.
Normally you'd be okay with it, but versus Disruptor I think it's a little bit of a different story.
OP finally getting a little bit of respite on the mid lane, but he's only got, what, 500 gold in his bank? And they're coming at him again.
Yep. They're just going to smoke on through and kill him again, but no one's pushing out mid, so that's a little awkward.
Okay. Tinker finally in the woods, jungling it up.
They're going to see him with the Bounty Rune ward.
All right, TNC, though, on the backside, trying to fight into this. Black Hole is available. And
That
XSS...
is down a good place for them to fight.
Yeah. XSS, true to his build, is going to be going Hanamitis. Oh my god, OP not like this again. Oh, bottom side here, Black Hole is going to be committed here for the Troll kill. Troll will be going down, but I think that is at the loss of IG here.
I don't think the Black Hole was necessary. But,
A message was sent.
A message was sent, but sometimes it's not worth sending that message, dude.
With like a long cooldown. Mid tower, again, like you said, 1437. Friends with the towers now.
Yeah, lowest net. Look at his net worth. He's at 1,000 net worth, but I bet his tower damage is probably higher than his net worth.
That's a good way to look at it. I'm not sure if it exactly is. And
Ooh,
like you
see,
said,
I don't care.
lives does not matter.
Oh, as long as he buys before.
Yeah, did he
Didn't
buy
buy
bef-
anything before, it still doesn't matter. It's still worth. Look at his net worth, dude. It just went up by 30%.
All right. Okay, when you have 1,000 net, we're going up by 30%. Glimpse back is going to be there. The Chinese crowd in the back, really hyped for that glimpse. Is he going to TP out? Okay. All right, that's
And
a
he
good
wasted
kill.
his TP. Sad
Got him.
times.
Economic damage.
Economic damage.
I swear, Ben, I
serious.
cannot be serious when I cast with you because you
Is
just...
that bad?
It depends who you ask.
I think it's great.
Okay.
We need less serious cast
When,
sometimes.
when we have your approval, then it's okay.
What? Why do you need my approval? Do what you want, Lumi.
I mean, you're my like Dai Lo.
I don't know what that means. I don't know Cantonese.
Da ge.
Okay, I know that.
Am I older than you? I'm older than you, right?
Are you older than me?
I think I'm older than you.
What month
I'm
year?
an 88.
Okay, you're younger than me.
Oh, okay. So you're Da Lo then.
Yep.
Or Da ge. There you go. Anyways, if you guys don't understand Chinese, don't worry about it. Mid lane here, 1437 breaks the smoke. Where's the glimpse?
He didn't care.
Life does not
If he
matter.
dies, it's whatever.
I don't know about that. I would not subscribe to that support playstyle, but
What? Dude, that's a solo playstyle. Dude, Virtus Pro solo, that is the man. He's all about dying for his team.
mid
He's
lane
all
here,
about
or
popping
top lane,
oh,
XSS
God.
going to eat a combo. That is
Okay.
going to be killed, but they could get a return run, right? They need to glimpse them back into the storm. Still in the storm range. has a glimpse available back in the storm. A couple more. Two-man LSA. They're going to turn it around. Cuckoo making the plays, and he doesn't die to the rocket because that thing's not leveled up.
Wow, and he had his raindrop in his backpack. No fear, dude.
All right. He didn't want to lose that raindrop charge to the rocket because he calculated it. Simple trigonometry, dude.
It was trigonometry.
Literally not trigonometry, but he's fine. Bottom lane TNC on the push. Tier 1 will be going down.
I thought you were trying to make a pun and say trigonometry.
I was.
You were.
Yes.
You definitely were.
Why'd you doubt me?
You doubted yourself.
I didn't doubt myself.
I think you were trigonometry, the trigonometry part.
I got tricked up. All right, so real talk for a second, right? Because I know you're not being serious, but how far, and don't say 5,000 net worth, how far is IG?
Really bad. I would say worse position than they were last game with 5,000 net worth.
Really?
Because I don't think they're supposed to be this far behind, and
But they have better high ground defense this time around. They get the March of the Machine, right?
they do, but you can't lose all your towers this early because you know how there's neutrals every minute now. If you're able to farm up both sides of the map now and both jungles, things are just going to get a lot worse. Tim's has his Blink Dagger. Things are just, people are getting slaughtered.
Yep.
Tinker finally has his BOT, so things might start looking up a little bit for OP, but 1437 still getting that tower damage on. That would be a feat to get more tower damage than net worth. That would be sick. That deserves some kind of award.
That's really hard to do because as you kill the towers, you get a lot of net worth too. So.
But if you're there to pop smokes and die for your team.
Okay, I can hear you.
Because he's not level dependent. It's not like Veil works on towers. It's not like any item that you can get is going to help you siege towers. I guess maybe Dragonlance, but not really.
Top lane here, Sam H. Looks to Iron Shot some creeps, and let's see if OP can last hit that creep. Cuckoo has been really good on that. He's going to drop a lot of damage. Looks like he does get the last hit.
Farm the illusions.
Not worth.
Not
Don't do it.
Baboka's farming his illusions? Okay, he's done.
See, I actually think that IG, despite how far they're behind, because their high ground defense is so strong, I think they might be okay. A lot of it comes down to when the X Scepter comes out for the Tinker, right? Because once it does come out, I think the Trouble Warlord is going to be pressured pretty hard.
Yeah, I think you're right. They're actually not in that bad a spot. On top of that, they have the BKB Enigma, which has no solution other than good game bashes.
Can you even walk behind Enigma and not get Black Hold?
It depends on where he's casting it.
Okay.
But technically, yes.
It's really hard to. Oh, they need vision on Cuckoo. The glimpse is going to be there. They're going to drop the Storm on Cuckoo as well. He does have the Yule Scepter.
No, he tried to use it. You get pulled back during the Yules.
No, as in he could Yules to dodge some of that Storm damage, but he was...
He tried. It's on cooldown.
Okay.
He did it right before. But, yep, it's greedy.
Yep.
Trying to farm Tinker's stuff. They need to do Roche right now, I would say. And they need to... Because I think you have to fight the Enigma before he gets BKB. If you don't, like, they're just going to wait, right? They're just going to farm out, get massive, get huge on Tinker.
True.
Get, like, BKB, Refresher on the Enigma, and your life's going to be hell.
Yep.
So I think the timeline is actually cutting short. It was 5,000, now it's 3,600. They still haven't gotten Roche. Tinker finally has his farming item. The Midas on Enigma is ticking.
Yeah, as I recall, Enigma, he does have a really good EXP, or sorry, CDR cooldown, right?
Yep, 15%.
15?
Or 120 GPM.
I mean...
I think here you take CDR.
Yeah, I think so too. Because it's not just about your Black Hole that you're reducing. It's, you know, the mech that you normally get or the pipe for your team. So.
The Blink too,
Sure,
and of course
sure.
the Midas. TP scroll cooldown is significant.
I know you and your TP scrolls. Blink stun is going to be good. Nice 3-man impale on Ice Path. Oh, the Storm's going to get dropped, but that's a defensive one. Troll Warlord comes in as well. All right, we could all theorize about high ground defense, but it doesn't matter when you just lose that team fight like that. And also on the backline, OP's going to get picked up as well. TNC just out of the woods and just gets 4 kills. And the Roshan that you've been harping on is going to get picked up here by them as well.
Yeah, THD or Jakiro pretty good, right? 3 hero Ice Path. That was
all right.
amazing.
That one was just on slaughter. Calm down there, Ben.
He still did get 3 of them in an Ice Path.
Okay.
We call those nice paths.
Nice pass.
Okay.
Nice path.
That's good. That's good.
Stack neutrals. Nice. I like how we can see the chat wheel now too.
Yeah.
We can see who's good about keeping Roach timer.
I'm surprised nobody has used any voice chat wheels.
They have in-game communications, dude. They have voice communication.
Yeah, but that's Glimpse on the mid lane here. Raven is going to get picked up. His team not available. Omni Slash on Raven, but he's very tanky. The Black Hole's going to be there, but the Ice Path won't cancel it. They get the Aegis, but I think it's time to get the hell out here. It looks like Enigma will be fed to TNC. And all of IG needs to retreat and fast. Oh, Q jukes around. The nice stun's going to be on top of OP. Ice Path follow things up. Cuckoo with the stuns and the follow-up will be the kill. And they really want a little bit more. Dual Scepter on the Juggernaut. Does he have spin? Yes, he does. All right. Still, though, 2 core going down, and that is going to be the mid-tier 2 as well.
And that's our 2 big cores dying.
Yep.
Juggernaut didn't die, but I think Tinker and Enigma is actually maybe even more important.
I say the
that they
Tinker's
don't
more
die.
important,
Yeah.
for sure. Because, again, they need his axe.
Well, okay, hold on.
Okay,
Enigma's Midas was off cooldown. So, who is more important?
All right, you got me there. But he is back up now, so
Radiant's top
he
tower
will respawn.
attack.
And TNC taking yet another building. There's no way for us to check tower damage right now.
At the end of the game.
At the end of the game, yeah.
I will look for it.
Okay. I want a side-by-side comparison right now, though, you know.
I
don't
also
think he
want-
did 3,600 tower damage.
No, probably
That's a
not.
lot of damage, man.
But later on, it's just building damage, right? So,
Okay.
yeah, I don't
I don't
have
think
faith
that's
that
actually
it's gonna happen.
possible. Yeah.
It's possible. Not likely.
Yeah. Just like the Medical Ward, that is. I've tried many times.
I've tried to unintentionally.
Bulbaca looking for that Blink Dagger, relatively close to it.
But no matter how badly I suck, I can still get a kill.
All right, he dodges away from that gang. So, any thoughts on going BKB first?
On
Then
who?
On the Enigma.
Yeah,
then
sure.
the Blink. Yeah,
Yeah.
he actually queues it up. Because I actually don't think, even if he gets off a good, like, 3-man Black Hole, there's just too many things that could cancel it.
The thing is, I think TNC's positioning have been pretty good. You don't have a vacuum to set up a black hole for them. Like, it's not easy to get a good black hole off. It's not even about the interruption, I don't think. Like, that's the thing. If you get Blink Dagger, people can interrupt you. But if you get BKB, you might not even be able to hit a good shot. Who cares if you just solo black hole someone with BKB on? It's not worth it, especially if it's on THD.
I think they're relying a lot on Bulbaca to be that initiator, which, you know, he's getting a lot of that farm
Radiant's
priority
bottom
right now.
tower.
But
Yeah, they need that Blink.
although I have to say, though, like, IG has the capability of picking one off, whether using Omni Slash or just using the one-man Black Hole, and then chasing for more kill because of Glimpse and Blink Burrow Strike. So maybe that's their game plan, just to, like, force the one kill in the beginning, force TNC back.
They're having a lot of problems getting that first kill, though.
Okay. I mean, I
Like-
don't disagree, but, you know, that's
For TNC, you have Laguna Blade. Laguna Blade is like, it's great
right.
for getting pickoffs immediately, but yeah, on the side of IG, I think they have just
Omni
huge
Slash?
damage problems.
Omni Slash is supposedly the Laguna Blade for now, but okay, Cuckoo on the back line here. Laguna Blade going to work, and Burning just dies before he does anything, okay? Yule Scepter dodging some of that storm damage. Are they going to black hole him? Just one-man black hole. They want Cuckoo, and they want him bad. Yeah, they are going to get him, but he got the deny off. He's back in 10 seconds, by the way. BKB Troll Warlord is going to take down the Tinker. Everyone porting back out. Q, ooh, no bashes there, and they do rescue 3 of their heroes, but they lost the 2 most important one.
Awkward positioning by Burning there, sitting on the north side of the tower. It's very common for heroes to sit there, but I don't think he just didn't respect the Lina damage over there. See, if he had a blink on Enigma right there, he could have went in for a pretty good black hole.
Sure.
Like right there, it didn't matter if he had BKB or not, whereas Blink would have been so much better for him because he would have been able to stop Juggernaut from dying, and they would have been able to get a lot of kills. But I think TNC are doing a very good job of capitalizing on IG's item build. Like they have the Midas on the Enigma as opposed to the mech, so they're trying to shut down their jungle very early on. They don't have the dagger on the Sand King, so they're trying to shut him down very early on. Tinker needs to farm the
And
jungle to
he's
catch
been
back
dying,
up.
yeah.
And he's been dying a ton too.
So, I mean, this is the stage of the game where I had confidence in the IG's draft, right? Supposedly they have the better high ground defense.
Yeah, supposedly. but-
Supposedly. Well, it's going to be put to test right now. Will this Tinker do what he can do? I mean, what does he have right now? Item check real fast. He's got
Nothing.
Blink, BOT, and he's queuing up for the Ags.
Look at his net worth.
Yeah, nothing is an apt description.
Also, if he gets Yules, he dies, unless there's the black hole coming out. But Yules on Tinker is just very devastating.
Oh,
See,
this
look,
this is not the kill.
they don't even want to go
this
for
is
him.
not the kill. Vacuum stun on 3. The BKB throw goes in, and everyone's dead. All right, high ground defense time, OP. Let's go.
Have I changed your opinion about THD yet?
I mean,
Or has 1437 changed your opinion on Jakiro?
see, he makes a play, but you describes it in a way where it makes it palpable, right? Because I'm seeing like he's just dying a lot to push the tower.
He
but
didn't
you
die right
correct, I mean, but you did correct my assumption that dying is okay.
Dying is okay.
Apparently, this is fine. Triple lane push here coming out here, and OP, if he gets Yules, he is dead. That is your call, and that is going to be the case here. Cuckoo assassinate. Okay, pretty good backup here by Boboka. They get the 1 kill. Raven's actually pretty back low, and now he gets glimpsed back in. Looks like he's going to go down here as well. Macro Pyre is going to be on top. They will lose the Sand King, and now Cuckoo might be a little bit trouble.
Macro Pyre.
Army slash flying out, but it gets actually tanked up by everybody. Burning now, running back in. Kinetic field, pretty good. Burning is going to be alive. No Ice Path. Nice Manta dodge. XSS coming back in. The Yule Scepter again. Cuckoo might go down to lightning. No, he's going to be fine. Glimpse back in on 1437. Blink, Vacuum, only getting the 1 this time. The BKB on XSS. No black hole, just right-clicking, trying to take down Sam H, but Sam H got Surge. He's out of here. See you later,
That was
nerds.
an awkward BKB.
Yeah, that I don't know that BKB about. But
THD didn't even die. How is this possible?
well, how do you not die?
Yeah. He didn't die.
All right.
All right.
So everybody was on IG, and Ben was like, no.
No,
Let's
TNC,
look
dude.
at the TNC draft.
Yo, I believe. And their play, dude.
Okay. I mean, game's not over yet, Ben. There's some hope and dreams.
Some.
A little.
A little. I think next roast with cheese, if they can break high ground with that, I think they can break high ground with that. Just because Tinker's so poor. And Lena also has a lot of Bloodstone charges. She already died once and she has 11. That's still pretty good.
Yeah. All right, we're going to get a little tech issues here, but no problem. We got a lot of talk about. Ben's looking like me. There's nothing to talk
Go
about.
for it.
TNC
Go for it, Louis.
All right, so you're talking about the next Roche being the key contention point. I think that's when the Blink Dagger Enigma gets, picked up. And one of the things that you're mentioning is like, okay, even when you get the Blink, it's hard to actually get a good positioning for a good 3-4-man black hole.
Yes.
I think the Roche point is probably their best opportunity, right? Where they're
Ideally.
most likely the most clumped up.
They need someone to like kind of force them out of position. Right now on TNC side is Jakiro. Jakiro is kind of like, hey, go on me, guys, and then they set up for like the vacuum ice path that we just saw on that left side. But you have no one doing that on IG side. I guess maybe Burning tried to do it on the top side, but he just died.
Right.
Tinker is not that.
It's hard to
kinda
do it, like you said,
thing.
going back to the Laguna Blade. You could try to do it, and then
The
Laguna
Laguna
Blade
Blade.
takes half your HP in one shot. So, yeah, maybe the Lena final pick was all that.
Yeah, and it's also really hard to itemize. If you don't go for like BKB and stuff, you'll get Vacuum Ice Path, and if you do go for BKB, you can still get Troll ulted and amped.
Sure.
So they have a nice spread of damage, and we talked a lot about like the item is BKB and Blink on Enigma, but on side of TNC, like, how do you counter their lineup? What items do you want to get?
Yeah. I didn't even see 1437's items. Can you actually give me a quick peek on?
He just completed his 4-staff.
And that's all you need.
He needs nothing, dude. Brown
needs
boots,
nothing.
brown boots, stick,
All right.
maybe a TP scroll.
And actually, let
Some
me
courage is more important than
some
anything else.
courage. All right. Sam H got the Greaves completed. We got Vlad's and BKB on Troll.
So Theban's in the middle, which
Yeah.
is not surprising, but sometimes you do see some weird stuff where the support shot caller is not in the middle, like Newbie, for example.
Yeah. What do you think about that? Give me the analysis on people sitting.
I think carry players should probably be carry and mid, I would say. They're
Okay.
usually on their own. I don't know. I think mid players should definitely be at one end and either carry or off lane on the other end, and then 2 supports in the middle.
So when you played in one of the best teams in the world, Zephyr, where did you?
I
sit?
played in the 4th seed, I think.
Okay.
I played one of
Who
the
was
middle
sitting in the
seeds.
middle?
I don't remember actually.
Who was the shot caller? Was Bambo?
I
Or is it Aosin?
Corey sat on the end. I remember that.
Yeah. You don't know who sat in the middle.
I don't
Who sat
remember.
to your left?
I don't
You were
remember.
sitting in the
It's
first.
probably Blitz.
Oh, Blitz. But he's the mid player.
Okay, there we go. No, wait, wait. He didn't join yet, sec. I like the even.
Yeah. I'm really glad, at least, like, not even talking about the series, but how the first game went, because I think as a new team, having a new person coming in, having that kind of victory must be, like, really uplifting, right?
He's had a lot of bad stuff happen to him, though. Like, in terms of, like, his team bombing out and just sometimes very poor performances that wasn't his fault, or getting kicked from teams. So I think he's had his fair share of poor luck, which I think kind of hardens you into this person that, you know, is okay with this sort of opportunity.
Okay.
Like,
I think your description was leaving NA, coming to C was really YOLO.
it is YOLO.
Yeah. I mean, but
a little YOLO.
Because
Because he's not going to have another chance.
LGD
right,
int.
before TI.
LGD int.
LGD int.
Like,
yeah,
so
he did.
I think he's kind of used to YOLO plays, you know?
Yeah.
In
I
game
think
and
that was
out.
a little bit less YOLO, though.
You think so? I think TNC is a very, very like strong organization, especially in its position in C. So, like, even let's say TNC does not get the direct invite to TI, I feel like this roster could make a strong run at the qualification.
That's true, but he's a captain, though.
Okay.
Captain is different.
Okay, how so?
They completely changed the whole team, I think, in terms of, like, this TNC, I would say, is much different than before. Like, I think before their mid-game play was the strongest. Now their early game's, like, incredible.
Well, we haven't seen their mid-game yet because they just dumpster in kits right now.
Yeah, which is important. TNC didn't use to dumpster kids in the middle. Like, their games used to go pretty long a lot of the time.
A lot of times they really had to rely on more so
Oh,
individual
Raven.
skills, like
Yeah.
Raven and Cuckoo.
Right here, like this series, Raven hasn't particularly stood out, which is a good thing, I think, for TNC.
Well, now you can fall back onto Raven if things go late. But
Exactly.
yeah,
Now they have multiple ways to win, also known as win cons.
win conditions. For those of you guys that are not in the Benwu lingo,
I actually don't like using that term so much.
you don't like that tech?
Dyer's middle
No,
tower is
I do
under
not
attack.
like the tech of WinCon.
Why not? Shrums
Why?
it up.
Because I think almost everything that you're doing in the game should be trying to help you win.
I mean, you could make the argument that Jakiro dying 4 times is
It's part of the
questionable.
WinCon.
part of the win com.
Yeah.
Dying 4
It's
times.
part of them winning the team fight, which eventually helps them win the game.
All right, Raven gets initiated on. I think they're trying to force that BKB panic button, but Raven says, I'm going to taunt, and I'm going to be fine. But for the IG fans out there, I think the game's slowing down. Like, nothing happening is good for IG in the broad theory of terms, right?
Yeah, because now Enigma will have his core items. You mentioned that he's going to have Blink Dagger before, but he's actually not that close to it.
What
happened
is
to his items?
1437? He's like trying to solo kill XSS? Wait, Black Hole spent, and he's out. I think he's already won this fight.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
Is he going to die? Benwu says
It
that
doesn't matter.
I mean, he's going to die.
He forced a BKB charge at 4 heroes here.
Wait, is he going to set up the kill XSS? Oh no, this could be a black hole if they want to use it. And in fact, they will use it here.
That's really bad.
That is really bad.
No, you can't use Black Hole for that. Oh god, unless you get 3 kills.
Yeah, Omni Slash is available if they want to use it. Burrow Strike's going to be there one by one. TNC pulling out the C Classic. And the crowd goes wild.
So they could have just let the Jakiro die, and it would have been a win.
Right. Oh, they weren't on the game plan.
They were not on the game plan.
1437 did not tell him it's okay. Jakiro can just die.
They don't know about the NA playstyle yet. That's their problem right now.
Oh god.
But them using Black Hole means they can just go in a roach pretty safely.
That's true. Unless OP gets to like layer 18 March on top of that, which is not happening. Instead, they're going to try to pressure the mid towers.
Dyer's structures are fortified.
Okay, Glyph is forced out.
So net worth swing from that was about 4,000 gold. It
Pretty
was
good.
about 13,000 gold before, and now Roshan is at about 10 minutes. Let's see, 14:37. Is he going to walk in time? Oh no! Oh my god, he walks in and out and is right about to respawn. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow, that is some ill luck.
And that's a cheese Roche, right? That's
That's a
very
cheese
important
Roche.
for the push. Top lane, Boboka. Okay, vacuum back, but he should be able to burrow and TP.
No,
Wait,
he has no mana.
No TP mana. Uh-oh. Boboka? Is he how he just gonna solo die here? Yep, that's gonna be a kill for Sam H.
That was awkward. And Roshan's up. Can they do it? They need Troll, but Troll, I believe, try to go for a kill on the bottom lane against the Tinker. And now he has to hoof it back.
I wonder if they fixed the spin TP animation.
They need to do Roche before Black Hole comes up. That is, they definitely need to do that right now.
Yeah, they're in there right now. And of course, they got the Battle Trance, they got the Corrosive Haze, so it should be super fast if the Troll's here. There you go. Riven. Oh, there you go.
That was easy.
Yep. So that goes back to the Nimbla using the Black Hole on Lina, which
Middle tower is under
at the time you're like, they can't do this.
But then they got the Slaughter Art,
Yeah.
which is fine. At the same time, you can't like
Dire's
just
middle
hold Black
tower
Hole, because then they'll
has
just
been
push.
denied.
Anyways, Black Hole is up again. In 9 seconds time, Blink BKB finally online for Enigma. His net worth is very low, all things considered.
Yeah,
He's number
but-
6.
I mean, it is low net worth, but I think he's got the key that he needs, right?
Yes.
So
But ideally, you want to be building towards Octarine right now.
sure. I mean, I agree with all of that, but
Yeah, he does have the.
he could do what he does now. Like you
Yeah.
can't say the same for Tinker. Like Tinker has low net worth and he's not doing.
I can say the same for Jakiro 25 minutes ago.
Thank you, Ben. I think you made that point very clear. In fact, you could say that with Logic Hero 30 minutes ago
Yeah,
because you don't need anything.
you don't need
apparently.
anything. Just level 1.
Just I mean, you probably
Chinese
want.
Ops knows what's up.
All right, I need to make a phone call to Gods to be like, this casting pairing is tough on me, man.
OP Jakiro.
Dire's top tower
All right,
is under
so
attack.
Cheese on the Lina. And
Okay, watch. He's gonna go up and during
go
the
for it.
siege, he can just go up and hit the tower. And what are they gonna do? Can they kill him? I don't know. I don't actually know how they
Dire's top
approach
tower
this.
is under
It's
attack.
gonna be pretty hard for both teams.
Yeah, because you don't really want to like use Burrow Strike or even Glimpse on him. Because
Yeah.
it's just a Jakiro.
The thing is, you might actually take the attack range this game on Jakiro.
Oh, just for that liquid fire?
Well, so you don't get glimpse back.
Sure. Okay.
Because he can be their tower hitter. Because maybe they don't want to expose Raven. Or they could just expose Raven. I'm not actually sure.
I mean, he's got Cheese, BKB, Scotty. Like I feel like he's tanky enough to be exposed.
But versus Tinker, though.
True.
I don't know. I think this might actually be the best game I've ever seen for a plus 400 attack range on Jakiro. The alternative is 150 GPM. That's a lot of GPM.
It's really counteracting his tower damage versus GPM play,
Is
though.
under attack.
So at the end
It
game,
is. You're
he's
exactly
gonna do
correct.
a lot less tower damage compared to
See,
his GPM.
he'd be like way back behind that logo.
right.
He'd be so far back. Oh, they're actually split sieging. Very nice play
Yeah.
versus the Tinker. This is something only experience seems to do. I hate it when teams just like, oh yeah, let's just 5-man versus Coddle and Tinker. instead
Down
of-
mid, where
Yeah.
they have triple shrines.
Well, now this tower's already at like a third HP before
right.
the fight even starts.
Glimpse Demon. Demon doesn't care.
They
Turns
don't
around.
care. What are you gonna do? You gonna really Omni Slash him? He's thinking about it. Bernie wants to. It's like, no, it's not worth it.
Dire's
I mean,
top
if
tower
Omni Slash down, that base is gonna be open. But that bottom tower, super low now.
Yeah, they're just bouncing in between lanes, so you can't set up a good march.
Yeah.
But they don't have any damage on the mid lane.
This is also very strong against a Tinker that normally like has a little bit of time to go outside the base to push, split push. But now because you have to defend both mid and bottom, your attention's really like overworked there.
Woo! They can
Yeah?
blink BKB Black Hole him right now and he'll die. So I'm actually surprised that they didn't.
And he doesn't have the Aegis. So.
Yeah, he doesn't have Aegis. He just has Cheese, which Black Hole ruins.
Yep.
I think they need to take it a little bit easy. I think they need the Manta style because that'll help a lot versus the blind, and he can dodge some rockets with it.
True. The blind, I think, being the very big key factor there.
Lina wasn't actually hitting any towers at all. She's actually a very good tower hitter because she has extraordinarily long range.
And she's got the Aegis, so I'm
she has
surprised that,
Aegis, yeah.
that doesn't that isn't the case. So.
Or they were just waiting for Theban to get level 20. Please get attack range.
I mean,
We need the building damage to XP ratio. To
XP
be,
ratio.
Yeah.
You mean gold?
Oh yeah, building to gold ratio
Yeah.
to be less than 1. Actually, his net worth's way too high.
Yeah, they're winning. That's the problem.
But if he converts that gold into a Dragon Lance, does it improve his tower damage to gold ratio?
no, his net worth is still there.
Yeah, I know, but he can hit more towers with Dragon Lance.
I guess. This is this is too much analysis on this topic that I'm not sure how much relevance it has in this game. Here comes the smoke by TNC. They got a double damage on Tim's, interestingly.
Is he going to go up and hit the tower? Oh my god, he's going to go up and hit the tower. Look, he's the smoke bait. This is absurd. Look, is he actually going to be able to take down this tower? That would be crazy.
I mean, unless he misses his liquid fire, which...
Okay, so they're positioning actually really well against Black Hole right
Yeah,
now. But
they
two
are.
of the corners...
Okay, well, Sand King is dead. Yeah, tower's dead as well, and now the base is open. They can even go back for Shrine if they want to, but I think they're going to just stay here.
Yeah. They could just bait out Jakiro again.
Yeah, I think the problem is, it's like you pointed out, IG doesn't really have any way to
Oh,
force...
Shrines. Oh, no.
Yeah, Shrines are down.
Yeah, Shrines are about to be slain.
They don't have any way to force that initial engagement, and I don't think you can start the team fight with a Black Hole, because TNC is not going to give you that position.
Dude, they had 3 or 4 heroes clumped up, but XS has just been hesitating a lot more than it would be normally. He's clearly not as comfortable on this as the Magnus that we've seen him play.
So
if he solo Black Hole the troll, they can't push, right? Like even if he BKBs, he still dies.
Can you make the argument that Lina could kill him?
Probably.
Blade
I
through the BKB
still
and right
think
clicks?
if he gets the Midnight Pulse down, he's definitely dead, and he can definitely do that because he has BKB on, right? So
No, I'm saying Lina maybe could kill XSS and cancel the Black Hole.
oh, kill XS. I thought you meant kill herself. I don't
Radiant's
think
bottom
so.
barracks
Laguna
are
Blade
under
through the
attack.
BKB and just right click. Like right now he doesn't. Like you
Oh,
can
yeah,
amp him
you're
too.
right,
You can
yeah.
amp him too.
You're actually right.
So maybe he's like taking that into factor and be like, I can't just YOLO this.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Yeah, she can just BKB. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, but regardless, like IG needs to Black Hole to have a shot, and they're just letting TNC walk all over the place right now.
Yep. Time to take out Shrine number 2, but looks like IG are actually prepared for this one. But TNC smartly are going the long way around.
Oh, they ping out Sanking. Oh god.
Not on that side.
What talent did Q take when he's 15? Did he take the Disruptor? Did he take the Thunder Strike? Okay, he's not 15.
Connect.
He took
Field.
the Kinetic Field. Because if you get the Thunder Strike upgrade, you could like clean waves very easily. It does like over...
They already have Tinker, though. To clear waves.
Evidently they need more, because...
At the same time, I think from his point of view, he needs to be able to force out BKBs as much as possible.
Okay,
So Kinetic Field cooldown is very good at doing that, I would say.
sure.
And pushing waves is secondary to winning team fights at this point, I think, if you're the Disruptor. Just because you have Tinker and Jug, who I think are very good at pushing out lanes. Juggernaut is going for the Scotty. He does have it completed if he wants to buy it.
Buyback is very
Yeah, but-
vital now.
He has a lot of good ways to get out of stuff, though.
TNC in the base to drop a ward. All right, that is not going to be detected.
That is pretty incredible that they were able to get away with that.
Yep.
See, this is kind of stuff you'd never see from TNC before, though. They don't, like, that smoke into the base to drop that Observer Ward. Like, oh, yeah. Now Q thinks he's all safe and stuff because he de-warded one. But little does he know, there's one way behind.
I think that was a very apt description of NA plays.
Yep.
Very high reward.
He's like Jimmy, except with less risk. Actually, that's
Is that saying a lot? Because Jimmy is very high risk.
yeah, but low reward.
I don't know. Jimmy makes some big plays.
Medium reward. Low, medium reward.
Bambo is a high risk, low reward player. And then perhaps Jimmy.
He goes for the surprise factor, though. It's like,
Okay.
oh my god, I can't believe he just did that, even though it didn't really do anything.
Double damage on the bottom side of the river. By the way, we're approaching the 40-minute mark, so double rune spawns.
I thought it was 40. Is it 40? I thought it was 45.
I think it's 40.
I will double check.
Could be wrong. We have now stopped casting the game too. Look at the changelog. Just control F40, dude. Believe me.
40 minutes.
There you
You're
go.
correct. Nice. So does it include the 40-minute one?
We will know in a minute. I think so. I think so. All right, here comes the third Roshan. And I mean, IG technically has a tool to challenge it because of the black hole, but I'm not sure whether they can.
But if Enigma dies during black hole, game's over.
Yeah. Well, I think if black hole was whiffed, game's over, no matter what, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Unless that refresher comes out. So, what's your thought about Enigma now working towards Octarine instead of refresher? Because they're around the same cost.
Octarine gives him a lot more survivability though. Like he can actually not die to the Laguna during the black hole.
Okay.
Which I think is
If you have
important.
Midnight Pulse down and all that jazz.
Yeah.
Okay, good TP out. I mean, they are split pushing the bejesus out of this game, which
They're just
is
waiting for the refresher Enigma.
okay. Oh, dude, the Chinese casters, they know they're showing that rune now.
Nice.
Arcane Haste.
So it is at 40.
Mud
Yep.
is burned.
Arcane and haste. Okay, yeah, things are starting to get crazy here. You could have what? Illusion, DD, haste, and invis at the same time, theoretically.
Yes, you can if you just stack it all up.
And you could bottle one from before.
Wait. You can take both the top and bottom rune.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
not
40.
Not exactly.
All right, Burn.
Oh my!
Wait, he had vision. Like that looks sick, but it wasn't really sick. He just blinked out.
It was still sick. He baited them.
Okay. All right. Well, Burning's inside the Roshan pit. Is he starting it up? He's gonna hit it a bit, I guess.
Have that value arcane rune, value arcane healing ward.
Okay. I mean,
He has no damage.
I don't think they know that he's doing it, or do they?
Oh, they pinged out. They know.
Them's going in right now, and wait, Burrow Strike's gonna find him. They have the Omni Slash, but he's very, very tanky. Trying to force that back out, but no force that. They lose him. The Storm is gonna be on the Juggernaut, trying to force out that. Okay, BKB Black Hole just on one. Is that the play? And now Cuckoo going on XSS. Looks like he's gonna be tanking enough, and Raven activates BKB and then dies. Sam H in a lot of trouble as well. IG making the huge play, perhaps the beginning of a comeback.
You're right. They weren't exactly sure whether or not he was Roshi.
Wait. The wall takes down XSS, or takes down Q rather.
Oh no, and the March is actually pulling Roshan out of the
Okay,
pit.
but he's back in the pit.
Yeah,
So-
that's so. Troll did not have his cheese in his stash or in his backpack. That was a big mistake, I think, on his part, because he had enough time to pop the cheese.
Quick reaction by Burning there, spins the stun, but now he gets forced out to the left side. Burning does not care, goes right back. The healing award, like you said, it was a value one because the second healing award is down. Boboka outside the pit. Now Cuckoo blinks in, gets the kill, defensive heal, and now the play is happening. OP letting the laser rock on the left and right side. Demon goes down, Gem hits the deck if they want to pick it up. Burning inside the pit, force out the knife from Cuckoo. 4 dead all of a sudden from TNC, and the late game, they are falling apart.
Yep, just Troll dying there with the black hole. All it took was one black hole on a core like that.
Yeah. Given how long he was holding on the black hole, I thought XSS was guaranteed looking for at least a 2 to 3 man black hole, but he just went for the 1 man, and like you said, it was super effective. The gem gets pinged out, it's going to get recovered. The goal graph does not reflect how much of a comeback this was. Because
Oh, yeah, that was huge.
yeah, this is a huge comeback. Now it's all of a sudden a game now.
So I think if they kill Raven or even Cuckoo one more time, I think it's probably game over, and they could just expend Link BKB Black Hole, no problem.
They got the glimpse back here for the Slaughter. Slaughter inside the pit, and well, he's going to be gone. BKB Black Hole, it's already cooled down, but there was no follow because Tim somehow stopped all of them, and now the Enigma goes down. IG perhaps overstaying their welcome. Q is going to be on the retreat, keeping an eye. He had the buyback. Burning, of course, does have the Aegis available to him, and now they're going to go back for Raven. Raven taking a ton of damage, but somehow the wall just killing through all of them. Burning will blink out. Oh my god, this is like 3-2-2 on both sides here. Q dropping that kinetic field here. Cuckoo Laguna Blade recovers a gem for the team.
Tower is under
And all of that advantage that they got evaporating very quickly. The black hole was a great idea. Unfortunately, Tim's stayed way longer than I thought he was going to be alive for.
He didn't account for the cheese on Raven. Raven had it
Okay.
swapped in. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
He popped cheese that fight, and because he thought he was going to die. He was at like 15%, so all he needed was maybe like 1 or 2 rockets, and he would have been dead. But, yep, here they go right now. Juggernaut does have buyback available if he dies. Tinker, not the same story, although he does have Bloodstone charges. But, yeah, it looks like TNC are probably going to have to go pretty deep here.
And critically, there is no black hole for Enigma for a long time. And now TNC goes to the bottom side. The Brax is open. Samage giving them space, finding out OP here. Blink, okay, is there the Omni Slash? It's not available just yet. Samage perhaps, okay, vacuuming back. The spin is available. They're spending a lot of time not hitting buildings. Raven, BKB is forced out here. Burning, moving forward, gotta be careful of his own life. In fact, they're gonna try to assassinate Burning. Burning does have the buyback. No, he does, excuse me. He's not using it just yet. Cuckoo now going on OP. Look at that right click damage. They drop the wall on top. That's going to force out the BK or the buyback on Burning. They're going hard on OP. He is going to be fine. Inside the trees, Cuckoo, he will make the port out. Still though, got the Burning kill, got the Burning buyback.
But now Black Hole's back up. They definitely cannot fight. Looks like Burning is just going to be controlled up, and looks like everyone is probably going to get out safely over here, except for perhaps
Tims. Tims got Force Staff. He should be fine.
Tims has no Force Staff.
There is illusion in the base right now hitting the range racks, I believe.
Radiant's bottom barracks are
But backdoor
That is
protection
correct.
going to work.
And now, okay, these runes are actually coming into play
Oh, yeah,
big time.
big
dude.
time.
There's, what, 3 arcane runes already?
And that like mid-game random regen rune also is going to be doing a lot of work. Chinese ops showing that the big spike upwards for the IG net worth, and now they're going to go back in mid lane. They know they have the black hole back up, so they are confident.
Jakiro did take the attack range, by the way.
Okay. But
I think it was relevant at the time. Now, not
now,
so much.
not so much, yeah. TNC looking for a backstab, and I think the target you're going for is XSS. If you could get him before he BKB, you can win the team fight. He is, you know.
Dude, his BKB cooldown is 25 seconds
Yep.
with Arcane and the cooldown reduction and Octarine.
Well, Arcane might be running out relatively soon.
under attack.
On the back line, they go vacuum stun onto 2. XSS hanging around here. He's not jumping back in. Everyone's stunned up right now. He's still not making any plays. Tinker goes down. He buys back. Boboka's down as well. Tim's coming in forward. They drop the Thunderstrike on him. They need to back up Burning because that was his buyback. Where's the Black Hole? Burning! No! Too late! XSS only gets a one-man Black Hole. They're going to try to take down the Troll Warlord. Troll Warlord with the Surge. The Rocket has Vidge on him. They glimpse back 1437, so Troll's fine. The Rockets are still flying in. Nobody dies to the Tinker Rocket. The Tinker also has spot back, so they need to make the defense without Black Hole, without Burning. And now TNC has all of the momentum, and they're going to just go down mid.
They have not been good this game about protecting the Juggernaut here. The Black Holes have just come way too late. Like, he's stunned like for a good 3 or 4 seconds, and then it comes out, and then he dies.
Yeah, I wish I could just get a glimpse of what XSS is thinking, because at a moment like that, if you Black Hole just for the stun where your team is also stunned, there's no damage output, but at least your Jug doesn't die. OP gets caught out here by Tims, and now OP trying to rearm Blink away. He does. Okay, rearm Blink again. Okay, he's back in the base, but unfortunately, your Raxus don't have rearm Blink. They're just going to go down to the right clicks here. Cuckoo's going to zone the Tinker out of the shrines, or out of the fountain, and now the bot Rax will go down, and the mid soon to follow. The Rockets are coming down, but Troll Warlord does not care. Going to work to the melee Raxus. Second lane of Rax will be going down very quickly. TNC putting themselves in a very good spot to take this best of 3 series.
You know, this would have been a lot different if Enigma had his respawn time talent, too.
Yeah. Raven eats a full epicenter, but he has to BKB back up. Boboka isolated. Boboka's going to be that OP in an OP spot, but he gets found somehow. And now the tree gets cut here by the Macropire. He's walking back out. And now XSS trying to do something for his team. Going on Cuckoo, but look at Cuckoo. Will die under the Midnight Pulse. Samage on the backline. Great wall. The Storm will come through, but unfortunately Tinker has already gone down. Keep in mind that he doesn't have buyback. XSS isolated on the left side. He will also go down. Cuckoo comes back in. I think this is it. I don't think there's anything left in the tank here for IG.
There's a Blink Black Hole. No BKB, though.
No Midnight Pulse either, so I don't think he has enough damage. So that is Mega Creeps. Burning, I mean, he is the living legend, but I don't think he could do anything. And Boboka calls it. That is a 2-0 from TNC. Shocking a lot of doubters. 1437 making it happen here at Shanghai.
That was some excellent 7.06 play to get us started. We did like the THD a lot. XSS clearly needs to work a little bit on his Enigma. And IG stuck in the past, dude. Okay, I gotta see the tower damage. Hold on.
All right, tower diamond check.
Building damage. 4,000.
What is his net worth?
So his building to net worth ratio is 0.4.
2.5, depending whichever way you flip it.
Yeah.
But yeah, very impressive play, impressive draft. Moving forward, if you're drafting against TNC, do you first phase ban Jakiro?
I think you just need better lanes.
Sorry?
Better lanes. Like, I
Okay.
think that IG's first 10 minutes, both games were really, really weak, relying on the Midas on Enigma, the Soul Ring, and the BOTs. Whereas on the side TNC, what item were they waiting for? Maybe the Blink Dagger on the side of on Tim's, but other than that, they don't really need anything. Even then, they don't have to have the Blink Dagger because they had the Darkseer. So I think he drafted very well to secure themselves a good early game, and I think the panel we're talking about is like it's either going to go all in on the push early, which is kind of what TNC did, or all in on the greed, which is what IG kind of did, but didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if they have better lanes, maybe the greed strategy will work out, and maybe we'll see different teams to pull out a better greed strategy. But for now, we're going to send it back to the analyst table and see what they think about this 2-0 from TNC.
Welcome back to Shanghai as the second edition of the Star Ladder I-League Invitational gets off to a bang. Pinoy powerhouse, TNC 2-0s, arguable tournament favorite Invictus Gaming. I am back here with my four-man panel. Guys, how was TNC able to do this?
I don't know. I have to say, I had no faith in TNC. They never played with 1437 before. This is their very first time playing with them. And
Unreal.
They just destroyed IG. I think that I have to say, I think Devon's got a pretty good handle, at least initial handle, on what this patch is. I feel like both drafts were favorable to TNC. I think it was like 80-20 game one and 60-40 game two. So I think that definitely plays a large part.
I mean, when you talk about first, right? It's not just their first game with Theban. This is only the second and third time in the last year that they drafted Jakiro. I mean, paradigm shift, guys.
Well, seems like 1437 brought something with him on this LAN. Also, I favored IG's draft more the second game. The thing is that they destroyed the mid lane. They delayed Tinker's BOTs for like 30 and 40 and maybe even 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I couldn't see the mark, but that was a big part of this game.
Yeah.
You saw OP's play on Tinker, but yeah, as you said, with the mid lane, the priority, they seem to be placing a lot of emphasis on that, rotating over to it. I think TNC has had a good game plan, a pretty clear game plan, I think, for both games. They want to bully the lanes, they want to roam and protect that mid, and they want to just accrue a big advantage from the laning phase and carry that over. In this case, they had good team fight to back that up, and Troll, who's been a strong core in the last few patches as well. So I think their game plan has been very clear and usually simpler to execute in these two games. IG is kind of just still finding their place. I think their recent struggles is starting to show that maybe they're starting to question their identity a little bit, or trying to find a different way to play.
But Jack, I want you in particular to talk about this because, I mean, we're talking about, you look up at 25 minutes, okay? And Tinker has 7 deaths, Lena has 10 kills. Both of those are top 3% since TI5 of hundreds of games played. OP is a stud. Man, he is very highly regarded, I know, in the Chinese scene, and he just got absolutely demolished mid lane by Cuckoo. What the hell?
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of this is, again, depending on what you run, you may not be able to protect him. Lena has a lot of kill potential we talked about coming out of the mid. The reason that they like that hero so much as well, for the same reason, the tempo that the hero provides early mid-game. And it was used against them in this case, and Tinker does need a little bit of time and space to be able to catch up and get to what he needs. And if, a hero that can use jungle resources too, but if you never get to that point and you're playing catch-up the whole time, you saw how he played later on when he started to get the items, they started to win a couple fights. Good Tinker player, clearly, but just didn't have breathing room.
I think in this patch you're going to need a lot of teamwork between your two supports. And the two supports here for IG, Q and Bobica have been very separated from each other for quite a long time. Like Q plays this sort of laning piece, Bobica is off as his forward position doing his thing, but you can't really do that in this patch, at least it doesn't seem like it. And he looks very lost. They're trying to draft him the support heroes that are kind of okay for this, but Bobica, he's not really the fighting support that you think of, right? He's not the one who moves around with Q and they go and force an aggro tri-lane or something like that. That's not how you think of Bobica. Bobica is much more of that constant presence on the map that's sniping your courier and is getting movement advantages over you. But TNC, with the way they're running, right, and their duos are just moving into this mid lane constantly, IG need to adapt some of that idea about this patch, and that your two supports need to move together and overpower a lane because the laning phase is so important. I think that's like, honestly, these 4 positions, the only thing you could say about the old 4 positions for this new patch is their impact on mid lane, but it's not going to compare to 2 supports being able to rotate in with a smoke into that mid lane and getting a guaranteed kill, as to the 4 position that used to like slowly harass the mid laner or try and snipe his courier. That impact is just not going to be the same.
I think that's really interesting because we framed it more in our draft discussions as sort of a hero question about Boboka, but I mean, obviously it's conjecture at this point because the patch is so new, but I do wonder if you might, as we go forward, see more of a convergence between the 4 and 5 roles. There's been so much separation in those in Pro Dota recently.
Yeah, well, this new patch is feels like it's the most balanced patch since 648 for me.
What?
What?
Really?
Yeah. You don't?
No, it's just that's a very bold statement.
I'm
to
an
make at
off
this
laner,
stage.
so I'm not a big fan of this match yet.
I mean, look, you've been around that long. You've got the credibility to make that kind of statement in my eyes, my friend. We know so little about the new patch, but I agree with you on paper. That could very well be.
From what I see right now, it favors the safe lane so much in the early game as well, and it gives you so much more to actually snowball, and there's not a big comebacks coming in this time, I think.
So let me clarify that too, because it seemed like in previous patches there were a couple team fights that IG out executed and looked like they might be able to forge a window back into this game, but that never materialized. Do you think comebacks may be a little bit harder in this patch?
I think comebacks a bit harder because of the sieging tier 3 towers is now a lot easier. Especially we saw the both games with the Jakiro, and they just split one on mid lane with Lina, one on and 4 on the bottom with Troll ulti, just trying to buy as much time, just chop that tier 3 tower down. And also 2 shrines are also gone from the base, so it's easier. You don't have that much time to regen. So.
Yeah, losing that map control is really detrimental to your late game abilities. You're just not able to find that kind of farm, particularly since if we're going to combine the fact that, like, okay, you push this high ground and you lose your tier 3 and then you lose the shrines, you need to be able to find farm somehow, and that's typically through, I was talking to Hanskin about this, like these split pushers like Furion and those, like the old days of split pushers where you would basically this risk reward scenario where you would say, it is worth it for me to go and push out this side lane and be super aggressive in a position, and at the risk of getting caught, it's worth it because I'm going to get all this farm, and I'll still have a buyback to work off of. But like heroes like Tinker, who are particularly known for that kind of playstyle, can't operate that. They can't do that aggressive like jump out because there's such a detriment to actually dying and going into an 8-minute buyback cooldown that all of a sudden opens up an endgame scenario.
Yeah,
Like that's what it is. It's like the moment you die and you're forced to buy back, it's an endgame scenario for 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And you either play super conservative, in which case you're just going to lose out on farm, or you actually take that risk and go out there. So
well, the thing is that 1 minute doesn't seem so long, but it's actually like really, really big.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, if you lose a team fight, you need to buy back instantly. You're stuck in your base for 8 minutes. You need to try to make a smoke play, and if team is experienced enough, they can just try to move on the side, like go back, and you're again stuck in your base.
No, I think that point that you guys are making is really important, because I talk a lot when I talk about new patches about interaction effects, that changes that made sense in the context of the previous patch will often be really crazy in a new context, and maybe that's the buyback change here, right? That you really needed that in the previous patch because of the difficulty of pushing high ground, but here that could be even more impactful. Jack, I want to pick on you one more time though, because you were talking about earlier how this IG team was coming into this tournament, that maybe they were a little bit uncertain. Those results against LGD the other day were really, really surprising to me. What do you think this team's saying to each other right now?
Well, I think they just left the arena. They did have this issue sometimes before, where when it got to mid-game or a situation where they needed somebody to kind of take control and communicate, they might have a little bit of like an issue there where not somebody wanting to step up and just take control of that. So maybe that's an issue here. I think where they're saying to each other is they're trying to find themselves. Like it seems that people both figured out their playstyle and some of their heroes took a hit.
Yep.
And they've got to find themselves again on this patch. And they've been experimenting with some things. Obviously the patch is a reset because they were struggling towards the back end of the last patch too. But they've got to find a style that fits them. And you don't want to stick your players in a rut where they have to play a certain way, where the 2-3-4 has to be controlling things with a defensive support and a steady carry, which is how they played before. As Cap said, maybe Q has to start looking at a different role, a different kind of play style with his other support.
I mean, you talk about Q, but what about Boboka? I mean, knowing these guys personally, this Boboka has been one of the most impactful, if not the most impactful player in the previous patch in the pro game. Can this team win with him having a little more normal game impact? He was just absent from this last series.
Subpar. I think,
Yeah.
you can't
I'm trying
even
to be
say
kind.
he's like, even. He's like probably worse than average at this
Right.
point with the play that I've seen from this series.
Well, before the last few patches, when he was kind of in that situation, before he really exploded onto the scene with the 4 position the last few months, they had very average results. And so they do need to find that place for him.
Okay. All right. All right, that's the first series in the books. As unbelievable a result as I've seen to start a tournament. We are going to take a break here, run a few ads, and we will be back to break down our second series of the day. Vici Gaming J are going to face off against Alliance.